I'm trying to match your pose. Hey, welcome to the show that no one cares about, but we still do it because we love talking about board games.
True. Bring on the Star Wars questions.
No Star Wars questions tonight. That's right. That's right. So here we go. Oh, look at that. Hey, Teresa, how's it going? First light. There you go. First to say first. Blue Pig had a lot of stuff going on in the background there. That's nice. All right, so here we go. Board game news. Got to talk about things. You know we got to talk about it. And we're going to talk about Twilight Imperium 4, baby, and Twilight Imperium Etsy Swag. I saw something today that blew my socks off. Now, see, here's the thing. Usually, I call Bernardo and we just talk about it on the phone. We just talk about this stuff. I said, you know, we're going to stream now. We're going to stream when we have these conversations because I want to stream. I want to do it. And I want to share with you the picture of this beautiful puppy here. Here we go. Look at that. Holy cow. Beauty. So do you know how this is played, Bernardo?
No, I mean, it's definitely not a normal Twilight Imperium game because that would be confusing.
It's not, but I like it. It's a space saver. Okay? You definitely have much. Well, the tiles hog up a lot of the table space.
That's true. That's true.
This guy made it, they said it's really tall. You have to stand up to move around. However, it's tall because if he makes it too little, you can't move pieces in the bottom and the middle that well. And he wanted light to come into those sections too, so you can see where you're going. So he had to make it a little bit taller. In this game, Mechatol Rex is in the middle of the board, center middle, and there is a blank space token on the center on the top and a blank space tile on the center on the bottom. After that, you map out the galaxy like you usually would. Your home bases are on the outside of the top and bottom level. That's where your home bases are. No one's in the middle because one of the moves, instead of moving forward and backward, you can move one directly up or one directly down.
Oh.
Isn't that like space, like galaxy? You can move up and down too. It's Twilight Imperium 3D, and you are, and we've talked about this. Remember the game Counter-Strike?
I do, actually.
Helicopters on the top, Jeeps on the bottom. Folks, we've done reviews on this before. It's a great vintage game, and no one utilizes that mechanism. This guy is putting Twilight Imperium on its head by using a 3D, a 3D model, meaning, you can go across up and down the board instead of just side to side. You can go side to side too. This guy who was talking about it, he said he personally wants to paint this black, give it kind of like a space theme, and then, this is so cool, run LED lights underneath the two layers to shine down on the other two layers, so you can kind of see everything clearly. Now, I don't know if I can do all that. I'd love to do all that. I like this. Looks pretty sturdy. It looks like it's made out of good stuff. It costs $125.
You probably just give that for me is the biggest issue, right? Like knowing MDF and also seeing ridiculously fair MDF pricing, that's like far exceeding that. The amount of MDF there is like if it was acrylic, I'd be very impressed because that would be like lasting forever. This you could it could wear, it could break. Definitely a pain to put up, take down. I don't. It doesn't.
What do you think this costs to build?
I mean, I can't really. I can't say the worth off of the materials, but the materials probably like $10 maybe worth of materials.
Wow.
Like you're paying for the design,
right?
The ease and convenience. And obviously, if he's selling it with the instructions to the game design, that's one thing. If he's just giving that for free and just selling this like device, I mean, that's cool of him, but it just seems like way too much money. Obviously, for one person's manpower, maybe only has one machine that cuts it, and it's inconvenient for him to have to do that for others. I get it, but you can't really factor that into price.
It is, and now that you say that, I wonder how hard this would be to put together yourself, to make one yourself.
I mean, you could easily, like, just imagine getting like just clear plates, right? It doesn't actually have to have little pieces to fit in those areas, you know?
True, but you need something to keep them stationary, I think is what they're thinking.
Did you need
Well,
it
you
for
don't
the
want
original
pieces
game?
sliding off.
Okay, what
Like the
about
top or the middle.
Corkboard has grip, that kind of thing.
Oh, so you're saying 3 tiers, but then put like little grip mats on each one?
Yeah, it could just be made out of corkboard in general.
That's true. That's true. Build me one. But I also like this because it saves space. You know, you can definitely put more stuff on the board. Like when we play 8 players, I have to have a second table to put all the, other stuff because there's no extra room after our little player boards. So I love this idea, but I agree, 125 is way too much. $75, I'd have to think about it because that's what I was thinking.
Would be a pretty fair price.
When I first saw this, I said, this thing's going to sell for about $75. I said, which would be tempting, but it was like double that amount almost. I was like, oh, I don't know,
the other factor I would also want to, I guess, be aware of is it easy to take together, put back, or does it permanent? Like a lot of MDF things.
No, you can take it apart.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yes, you put it together. It comes separated. You put it together. You fit the pieces all, like, kind of lock in all together. But you can take it apart too.
Okay, as long as it's easy. I mean, that's a really good design. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's definitely nice.
I have concerns though. I have concerns for the game. The concerns are the characters still balanced? Like I'm thinking of the ghost people, and I'm thinking how broken they would be if they can just move through. And then now they have like 3 levels to move through. That just seems kind of insane. I feel like some characters just get ridiculous advantage. I don't know. I'd be curious. I don't know.
How Johnny says, how about the game Metropolis from Ravensburger? Have you? I don't know this game.
I do not either.
I'll have to check it out, Johnny.
I'm gonna assume it's a Target game because they've been doing a lot of Target stuff recently, but I have no idea.
Oh, well, thank you. That's awesome.
Heck yeah. Dude,
that's awesome. Those Catan 3Ds.
Yo, matter of fact, you said something. I need to double check the status on this.
Yeah. Is Dune a board game any good? I haven't played Dune. I looked at it, and Blue Pig, to me, it doesn't seem that exciting. I love the world of Dune, but that doesn't mean I'm going to buy the game.
I'll never play Dune unless I play with an entire group that knows how to play Dune because it's so complicated. I read the rule book, and it just looks awful.
Yeah.
To learn.
Because the board games are awesome. How long does it take? Well, it depends on who you ask. To me, it's about 45 minutes a player. So if you're playing 4 players, you're looking at 3 hours. If you're playing, 5 players, you're looking at 4 hours and 45 minutes. I mean, I think it's 45 minutes per player you add.
I mean, I feel like everyone's normal game is like 10 hours.
Not ours. Ours is on the average 45 minutes per player is what I found. Because an 8-player game,
I've only ever played with 9 players as well.
Yeah.
So I don't.
We've had 4-hour games before.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when Matt keeps winning. Obviously, it's gonna end.
It's Twilight Imperium. Yeah, Twilight Sparkly Vampire Imperium is what it's called. Chopper Strikes.
They have a lot in common. Trying to find a status.
Off kilter the way you reach the middle board. Well, they said, I know what you're saying. Like, yeah. Metropolis is okay. Yeah, they said in the review, this guy bought it and said there's plenty of room to move because it's really tall. You have to stand up though if you're going to move in the middle of the top because it's kind of tall. But he said that's because he had it raised high so you could easily reach around and move pieces without bumping things down. Someone asked, do you bump into the little columns and does it topple everything? He said not really because there's so much space. You can avoid hitting those columns. It's not little. And it's deeper because that way light can shine in. But he said you need to have a well-lit room, obviously. But that way light can shine through. But he wants to run LED lights underneath it, which I thought was a really good idea.
You know, it'd be crazy. Oh, this would be like the ultimate space concept. So you have that same design, but each one of them's a lazy Susan, so the space can rotate.
Well, I mean,
that would be crazy.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
That'd be a lot to keep.
Rotating board. That would be something. All right. So next topic. Bye-bye Board Game Company. Bye-bye BoardgameCo. The place where I traded tons of games. I made tons of trades. I enjoyed it. They always got the better deal. That was always the deal with them. But you traded a bunch of stuff that you weren't going to play anymore for some good stuff. There it is. Pre-order now. Did you pre-order it?
Nah, my shop's going to get it for me.
Your shop's going to get it. When's it come out? Do you know?
They don't have a date. That's what I look for.
So your boy, Alex, decided to throw in the towel. Now, I watched the video on it. And here's the deal. He's saying it's just not, the money is not worth his time. The what he's getting out of it is not worth his time. But then he came back and said, but it's not about the money. Well, actually, it is about the money, but that's not a bad thing. He said, people are saying I'm quitting because I don't make enough money. That's not true. It's just not worth my time for the return I get in. Well, yeah, it's about the money, but that's not a bad thing. If you're not getting paid enough and it's eating up a ton of your time, then don't do it. If you got paid more, he continued to do it, which is fine. I don't see anything bad with, you know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to deny that was the reason, but yet he kept reiterating in the same vein that was the reason he left. But I didn't see anything wrong with saying, hey guys, it doesn't make that much profit. So it's too much of it. I put too much work in there. I feel like I'm not getting enough return. So I'm out. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah,
I don't think that's like, I'm greedy. No, he's running a business. Agreed. You can't say he's greedy. I don't know. But he treats it like it's a bad thing and then tries to rephrase that he didn't, he's not doing it for money. He's just doing it because it's not worth all his time and effort to get a little bit of return.
His time is worth money, and the person complaining on YouTube should stop complaining, because guess what? Less time on that business means more time on YouTube, because that's where he's making a majority of his income. He quit his primary job, and that's all he's doing.
Yeah, but
he already talked about getting rid of the company before I heard about this news. It was already in the works.
He said January of 2021, he said, I'm done. He said, you have 1 year to start. Yeah, he was with a partner.
How's he traveling back in time? That's crazy.
Say what?
How's he traveling back in time? That's crazy.
No, he said that back last year, he told his partner, I'm out.
Oh, I thought you were confusing next year.
No, he said, let's do a step-by-step plan. So as of 2022, I'm done.
Yeah.
They tried to find a buyer and he kept extending the deadline, but then decided that the buyer is not going to be serious or cannot, make a deal. So they're going to leave. I mean, it's okay. But he was saying in so many words, it's because I'm not making that much money. I'm putting so much time in this and it's not worth that much money. But then at the same time, he's saying, oh, but it's not about the money. It's not about the money. Yeah, it is. But that's not a bad thing.
Man with like 3 or 4 kids, like leave the guy alone.
Yeah,
like,
it's not
what's best for him and for the community, because clearly he's still doing a lot more content.
Well, it's sour grapes from people, who just want to say, oh, so you're not making enough money, so you want to stop. Duh, that makes sense to me. But he won't. I don't know. It's weird. He won't own up to that, even though that is exactly. Did you see the video? I just saw the video that he posted end of July, and because that was right before I went on vacation, so I missed this news. And I was catching up with it. And I texted you today about it. I was like, I didn't even hear about this. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, yeah, I'm not making that much money. It is about the money. It doesn't bother me.
With Patreon, so I don't feel like he's afraid to have that conversation. Maybe he just
wouldn't do his YouTube channel if it wasn't for the Patreon and stuff like that. He wouldn't be doing that. He'd go back and get a regular job. So it is about the money. You got to make a living.
Yeah.
So him trying to deny it's about the money, that was kind of weird, because there's nothing wrong with that. You're running a business. If the business is not giving you that much return.
I like the concept of BoardgameCo, but there's so many things doing that. I feel like by not having all of these websites that do that, it promotes things like math trades and stuff like that. Like,
right now, and he said this, the only really serious player in used board games is Noble Knight, which they charge an exorbitant amount. So I never buy from them.
Dude, they sell everything, yo.
Yeah, they sell everything. But the thing is, though, Board Game Company was fun to use, and he's right. There is a niche out there. If someone could do it right, they could probably make a profit. But it's just not, we're not there yet. Someone hasn't figured it out yet. Someone has to figure it out. And to be fair, he had a lot of complaints about people complaining about missing pieces. But every time, like I had a missing piece, they sold me an incomplete board game. He said 1% of his games were incomplete. That's not true. According to people who got, there are several more. I don't believe that. I think it was a higher percentage than that. However, when I got one of my games, and of all the trades I made with them, one came incomplete. I let them know, and they said, "What do you want? Do you want to ship it back? You want credit?" They responded in a fair amount of time, and I took a credit, which I used later on. I have no problem with this company. I've had no problem. Oh, they get the better deal in the trade. That's the deal. It's their company. They got to make money. So I understood that. I was fine. I was happy with every trade I made.
Always has to win.
Say what?
It was the business. Someone always has to win, and it's always the business.
So I was a happy customer, but a lot of people said the communication was a problem. I get it. I mean, he said he had anywhere between 20 to 40 outstanding complaints every day about his company. Really? And only 1% of your board games were incomplete? What else are they complaining about? But I don't know. I think it was fine. I never had a problem with them. I'm not saying that people are lying about their problems. I'm sure people had problems with the company. I liked them fine. I will miss them. Would I have made another trade with them? Eventually. Like I feel like I should go on there now, but he ended it immediately. He didn't give an announcement or anything. He just ended it out of the blue. So kind of sad, but gone. So Bernardo, when are you going to buy this company and take it to new levels?
God, no.
Wow.
Dude, I would invest heavily in doing board gaming and content creation and stuff a lot more seriously, a lot faster. If not even the return on investment, but the return on an audience, right? I feel like there needs to be a way to reach a wider audience before someone can really commit full time. I really commend a lot of people that are doing it, including BoardgameCo. Like, he's going all in. He has a family and he's killing it.
Yeah.
But that's just not something.
That's one of your favorite channels on YouTube, by the way.
He is. I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched a whole lot of board game stuff, and it's actually been a lot.
You watch his Kickstarter stuff. That's the big one for you.
Yeah, it's been a while for that as well, and it's been a lot more relaxing on my wallet by not watching all of that. I don't feel the need to buy anything, and I've even been looking at some of the Kickstarters. I haven't felt like buying anything. I'm still trying to buy only one game that's still waiting for people to get it from their Kickstarters so I can buy it secondhand.
We'll talk about that one. That's the topic up there. Let me get some of this. Have we played Beyond? I haven't played Beyond the Sun. Have you?
No. He also mentions Cascadia. I've not. No.
And I agree with that, Blue Pig.
It's about
something. He says it's an awesome game.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cameron. We're talking board games tonight. Thank you.
That could be a good Mafia line. We're going to send a message.
All right, you ready? What's the deal? It's almost been a month. I still haven't got my games. Sure, they moved. 2 weeks ago, they told me they haven't unloaded all their pallets, which is probably why I haven't got my games. That was 2 weeks ago as of Thursday. Where's my games?
I'm curious on legality. I have issues with Miniature Market, and I only started to notice this really annoying trend with Unmatched. They did a pre-order for an Unmatched set.
Yeah. That
no one else was doing it. Restoration Games wasn't even selling it. They weren't even doing a pre-order of their own, but Miniature Market was doing a pre-order for it. Is there no concern? I feel like, I don't know if the company just maybe didn't look at it. Maybe it's like they help you. I don't know what that does, but I feel like that is just straight up stealing. Because you're not only waiting for the company to get it, who also isn't doing a pre-order, but then you're waiting for you to get it in your warehouse, so then you can then ship it to them, which is a delay. Don't waste your time with that. Go to the Kickstarter. If you couldn't get the Kickstarter at the time and you buy it that way, that's fine. But if it's active, just go buy it through the distributor. It's never worth going through them. It's always a headache. I'd rather pay $100 more on eBay than to deal with Miniature Market.
Right.
And that's not even from personal experience. That's just watching other people experience it.
Right.
So I'm glad I didn't have that issue or any issues with it.
What you playing?
Oh, what am I playing? Let me turn my head a little bit because it's kind of a long list. Because, I've been playing some stuff. Oh, I've been playing a couple Japanese games. I'll say that much. I'm not going to give out some names just yet. I've been playing some solo games. I got to finally play Too Many Bones solo. Holy crap. Really good. And
really?
I'm just now diving into the solo. Return to Dark Tower kind of opened my eyes to the excitement. Still my favorite solo game of all time. And
really, Luke doesn't like that one that much, I don't think.
Yeah. I heard that. That one I got to play Dwellings of Eldervale. Dude,
that was the hotness at Gen Con, I hear.
That's a dang near perfect game, bro.
What?
It's like,
when are they coming out with those with that deluxe edition again?
They might still have them on the site. I mean,
how much are they? $300?
It's like 300.
I don't think it's nothing.
Or 275.
Okay. I will watch another playthrough from Dwellings of Eld. I was not impressed. Not that it's a bad game.
Did you play it?
It just didn't seem like a must-have for me. I'd play it.
Oh, he hasn't even played it.
No, I mean, if it was from Queen Games, I'd have it today.
Yeah, I know. That's the funny part. But what's even funnier is you'll look at every brand new Queen game, but I recommend a Queen game, and it's not until you finally cave and get it, and then you're like, Bernardo, I should have got it. Like Runestones, by the way. Look, you need to get that game.
Look, Kelly agrees with you. Too Many Bones is great.
I didn't believe it. I'm still scared to teach it to people because it's a lot of rules. I want to get more comfortable with it before I try to take new players in, because it's a lot of rules and each die has its own meaning. It's a lot. I got to play those games. I played some Unmatched. I just got the new characters. They just did the other Jurassic Park and stuff. Dude, I've actually played a lot of stuff. Here, how about you talk about what you played? I'm going to peek around the corner because I got quite a few other games.
Go ahead. Meanwhile, all I did was at the beach. We played Project Elite. I beat the entire game on medium, which was pretty good for me. And I wanted to play hard, but my nephews kind of gave up after week 1. And week 2, I'm not playing here. They just went and played Monopoly. The plain Jane Monopoly. What is going on? That's all they wanted to play the second week. I did not play. There's a party game too. I can't remember what it was called. I did not play. I played Project Elite solo. Now, this weekend, I was supposed to play my miniature market games. I had 3 games ordered that were in stock. I ordered them right before they moved, July 24th, I think. So it's almost been a month, because they said, get your orders in by July 27th, or my order's still awaiting release. All of them are in stock. When I called them about a week and a half ago, they said, when I was at the beach, it's like, well, I'll go ahead and call them and, shake that tree. So the package will be here by the time I get back. And they said, oh, we haven't unloaded some of the pallets yet. So it's probably on one of those pallets. I went, oh, okay. That was almost 2 weeks ago. It will be 2 weeks as of Thursday. So I'm going to call them out on it, but I was hoping to play those games. If not, I haven't even figured out what we're playing this weekend yet. But anyway.
So Deranged, I finally got to the table. I got E.T. and Radlands. Radlands I've had for a while. It's a 2-player game.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Love the deluxe version. Has these nice like domino style chips, which are really cool. Really good card game. The first card game I've ever seen where you each play from the same deck, which I think is pretty cool. The cards are plastic as well. So
you played more than I, but you didn't play the Great American.
I set it up. It was just the timing was off. Okay. And I'm about to go.
That game looks awesome.
I'm about to go on a cruise, so I won't get to play it yet either. But when I come back, I'll play it. It does look great. Did you watch Dice Tower's review of it?
No, I didn't. What'd they say about it?
They just did it. I feel like they were trying to beat around the bush. I'll be honest with you. I've not played. There's a game they compared it to. It's like the most popular game about trains with the path. Ticket to Ride. There we go. They were comparing it a little bit. I don't really have a frame of reference for that, but it seemed like they liked it. I didn't see anyone say they hated it. They just felt like it's hard to take. I take their opinion with a grain of salt because I played so many games that like lighter games almost always sound exhausting to them. And I don't think that's technically a bad thing. But I've read the rules. The rules read really well. Again, I don't have Ticket to Ride as a frame of reference yet. Eventually, but I've not played it.
Again, I love the look. I love the design. And the gameplay seems simple enough but fun. And a lot of different ways to win. And I like that. So it looks like a game up my alley. And it will be added to my collection pretty soon. So I want to talk about this. And you mentioned this before. It was one of our topics. We're not backing Kickstarters anymore. It's been a very long time. And
especially for me, you still see my list of unfulfilled games. It's crazy. I've backed one Kickstarter.
Yeah.
As of recent. One Kickstarter is all I backed as of recent.
Powerline is about to come out, but I got to see more of the game. And no, I'm not going to get
ugly.
No, it's not ugly. It's just that I like that you roll the die and then you die select to to go to the worker placement places to edit. You're trying to build this power line, but it's a little too finicky, and so not up my. We finally got to see more of it, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, not as good as I was hoping. So I'm gonna pass. But of course, Queen Games is always like $60 for a $40 or $30 game, and that's the thing. To a Kickstarter to get me now, I don't know what has to happen. I mean, it's got to be something like boo, like and it looks like an awesome game. Maybe something like that I'd pull the trigger on. But other than that, I don't see me going to Kickstarter that much anymore. To back something. Why just wait for retail?
Hey, chat, is it me getting frozen or is it Matt? I want to know if it's my internet.
I can hear you fine. Can you not hear me?
No, it's sometimes I see you freeze, but I don't know if it's my internet or your internet.
Oh, I do not know.
I'm curious if the chat can let us know. But I do see an interesting question. E.T. is a board game. It is. It's a Target exclusive. Funko Games did it. Heck yes. Highly recommend it. It's super fun, super cute. A lot of nostalgia and nothing more funny than being the first to get your little bike, put E.T. in your little bike and ride him around. That's the funniest thing to me. But
oh, it says I keep freezing periodically. That's wild.
Hey yo. Because my internet's weird. Exactly 1:15 a.m. every day, it starts messing up. So it doing this early would be a little surprising to me, but
That's crazy. I don't know. It's me that's winking out. That's weird. I don't know. My connection's strong.
It's good right now. It's just weird. Like one random times for very short periods.
All right. Next up, the Tabletop Island Cruise Tour is about to begin.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So, where are we going?
I am going. So on Friday, I'm driving to Florida. I guess Fort Lauderdale, I believe, and we are going to Carnival Cruise, which, by the way, has a water park, mini water park, and a roller coaster on it. What? That's awesome. But it's going to be a 7-day cruise. I'm going to the Bahamas, then to Dominican Republic, then to the Turk Islands. I'm excited. I've never been on a cruise before. Yeah, I'm super pumped. I get some time to read.
That starts this Saturday, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You gonna shoot some video? Give us a cruise tour.
I thought about it. There's actually a little mini game I'm bringing with me that I'm gonna review on the cruise because I think it'll be fun. But I'm gonna be performing some magic, which is cool. Yeah. I say it like I do mystical stuff, but no, I'm doing some mentalism related stuff. I'll be reading a lot.
Magic the Gathering wise there.
And I'll be reading. I get to read. You know that thing that Matt does a lot?
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. Reading fan fiction right now. So taking a break from the EU, reading some fan fiction right now.
When are you going to start reviewing DC comics? The comics that matter.
Well, I mean, I love DC comics. I have some, but Yeah, I don't know if anyone. I'm sure there's someone out there that wants me to
we're comparing
review
DC
DC
to
comic
Star
books, but
Wars right now.
I got some Batman. But
in
yeah.
that case, don't read them. Forget it. Forget it. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Calvin and Hobbes, that's some good stuff. But no, anyway, all right. Well, there you go. Anything else? Any other topics you got? We never overstay our welcome on the show, so.
Oh yeah, 30 minutes. A hard 30 minutes right there. But Magic of the Gathering, I think it is very expensive, like every other TCG in the game.
Okay.
That's my only opinion.
Okay.
That's my only
we
opinion.
want to thank our special guest who didn't. We want to thank the special guest who didn't show up because this was so last minute. Bauer, he got an invite to give us a Gen Con lowdown, but this was
it'd
so
be funny if he
minute.
popped in like this last second.
Oh, dude, if he did, we'd stay.
Yeah, it'd be over.
But it was very last minute. It was very last minute.
What's the greatest Sid Jackson game? I keep hearing Illuminati is, but I have no idea.
The greatest.
I think he did.
Hold on. I think I know the answer, but let me just check.
Anniversary edition of remaster of Superman in the Classroom video. Matt, are you doing it?
No.
He's gonna do it when his girls are old enough to go to school.
The best one is Can't Stop. Yeah, it's Can't Stop.
Oh, they did Can't Stop? I thought
he did Can't Stop. Can't Stop is incredible.
Oh yeah.
Can't Stop is the big one. I don't think he had some other ones in here. I mean, he's had a lot of great games, a lot of games that people love too. But Can't Stop has to be number one. I'm looking over some other ones too. I haven't played. He was the one that designed Metropolis. That's why he's asking. See, I haven't played that one. Can't Stop is good. He designed Bizarre, which is fun.
Oh, he was right. I was getting confused with Steve Jackson.
It's been done better. A lot of people like I'm the Boss. I've never played it.
Oh, I got that game. It's awesome. Okay. It is awesome. Oh, that got
me. Okay, he designed that one. So you like that one?
Oh my God, yes. That is like the most ruthless game. Nothing more funny than living a corporate life and then all of a sudden your freaking coworker becomes the boss and is like, actually, you don't get to make the decisions around here. I'm the boss. You get to sit this one out. I love that. It's
another one that Board Game Geek loves is Sleuth. That's a classic one. Board Game. No, not Board Game Geek. Game Boy Geek loves it. And then Acquire is, of course, the big one that a lot of people love. I would love to play Acquire. I've never played it, but Acquire is something that a lot of people love.
Yeah, it's high rated. It got a replay.
But for me, it's Can't Stop.
Someone asked about Avalon Games. What do you think about them, Matt? They asked you. I have an answer, but what is your opinion?
Hold on. Either of you guys played the Willow game that came out around the movie release? No. That's funny. Sorry, Bizarre's cool. Is there a Willow game? Yes. It's probably Roll and Move. Top of the list.
Avalon Hill. What do you think? Someone asked it like way earlier.
Who made the best from Avalon Hill?
No, they said, what do you think about Avalon Hill games?
Great. Ahead of their time.
I agree.
Where was that? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Great. Best one they ever did? Queen's Gambit.
Oh.
Domination. Calvin Hobbes is great. Can't Stop is my favorite one. Indispensable. Wow. What about Shark from Ravensburger?
I'm not familiar with that one.
I'm not familiar with that one. You'll play Acquire with me?
Jaws. They did that one too.
Will I watch the new Willow stream? Yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot.
What the heck? What's Willow thing? Oh, did you watch She-Hulk, by the way?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't. Hold on, I'll talk about that one. I haven't played Kelly. I haven't played Magic Realm, but I know that's another one that everyone loves. Yeah. Yeah, I watched it. What'd you think?
I love it. Okay. I think she's hilarious. I think everyone complaining that she's not big enough is an idiot and never read the comics because it's the same size as the comics.
No, that's not my complaint. My complaint, and I hear it slows down after the second episode, but oh my goodness, it felt like you were on a merry-go-round spinning so fast. You didn't have time. If everything felt rushed, like, Hey, we're making a joke in the car. Wreck. What am I? I'm She-Hulk. Run. And then, oh, well.
So I think he's frozen. If he's frozen, that means
I don't know. I am showing a full. Oh no, it's StreamYard.
Oh, we're good now.
StreamYard's connection is bad.
But I agree with you. I think I think it does speed it up, but I want to say, and this is just a prediction, that it's only the beginning, because I'll be honest with you, her origin story is corny as heck. I think if we skip all of that nonsense and we get straight to the villains and all of the fun,
I know, but I'm really hoping because her comic book is pretty good.
It is very good.
What episode 1 showed is not and by the way, breaking the fourth wall. Yes, she does that in her comic book.
That's funny.
But I don't want it. That's a Deadpool thing now. I don't think She-Hulk should use it, and I don't think it's really that good.
I don't know if they're going to do that often. We'll have to see.
Well, they did it a couple of times, but I don't think they should do it. I don't think. I just don't like it because that's a Deadpool thing. Yes, She-Hulk was doing it in her comic book, but it's a Deadpool thing, and she's not Deadpool. But the other thing is, I'm waiting to see after we get through the vomit train because I heard that's what the first episode is going to be. I want to see if they're going to go with, because there's a lot of great. She's defending supervillains and superheroes. It's a court drama, and hopefully they'll get to that. But right now, she is the most annoying character I've ever met, and you're not supposed to make your character that annoying.
I don't know. For me, WandaVision was the worst series I've ever seen.
It seems like the quality has gone down lately. Moon Knight was just, and it's my fault. I read the Chuck Dixon Moon Knight, which supposedly he strayed from the original origin. And that was the only Moon Knight I've ever read. So when I was watching Moon Knight, I was like, I don't understand this. That was too weird. And I was so excited for Moon Knight, but it was just too weird.
Miss Marvel, that actor's crazy good.
Everyone loved him. I thought it was okay, but I just thought the whole thing was weird. Miss Marvel, that actress, I loved. I loved her character. Unfortunately, the writers had no idea. The first 2 episodes were decent. And then they just, for the next, 6 episodes, 4 episodes, they had no idea what to do with the character, no idea what to do with the story. And it was just, the first 2 episodes felt like it had like a little theme, like the drawings moving across the buildings and stuff. I was like, this is fun. And then they totally dropped that and went in a different, weird, boring direction. And
a lot of people liked it. I didn't give that the time of day because she isn't like top of my list. Characters. I'm glad you agree, Blue Pig, because WandaVision was awful. In fact, she's just a villain.
WandaVision. I love WandaVision.
Be a hero. She's a villain that wants to be a hero. She's a villain the whole time. Terrible person.
Well, yeah, they need to pace. They need to pace She-Hulk. So I just wasn't. In the comic book. In the comic book, I already said that she did in the comic book. Yeah.
Moon Knight was a disappointment.
But who's known for it now in Marvel? It's known as Deadpool's thing.
Agree with Matt. Moon Knight was a See, I think the character's range was crazy. I think I'm gonna like Moon Knight the more seasons they do, because nothing was really bad that was done. It just didn't feel like we got enough Moon Knight.
Well, that's true too. There's a lot of problems.
That's all I felt, right?
There's a lot of problems.
If you're telling me the actor isn't good, you're crazy. His range is probably far better than anyone that's been in the MCU, period.
I can easily say that Moon Knight had a lot of problems with it. A lot of problems.
Yeah, I agree.
Miss Marvel was a good character, but they didn't have any. It's like Luke Cage. How aggravating was to watch that Netflix? The guy who played Luke Cage was great. He was an interesting character.
But it was so slow, dude.
And that's what Miss Marvel is. After episode 2, every Miss Marvel episode drags.
But can we at least admit the best one is
Loki?
Oh my God. Loki. Woo!
Loki was great. That's my favorite too.
As long as we can agree on that. That was dang near perfect.
That's great too. WandaVision is my close second. I believe Hawkeye would be third. I believe, if I'm thinking this right, unfortunately, Winter Soldier and Falcon would be fourth, only by default. I mean, because that show had some high points, but the last 2 episodes were just such garbage that, it kind of fell flat. And let me see, what else was there? Oh, and then Moon Knight, I guess. But Miss Marvel because they just it's so weird. I didn't like Moon Knight's character. The story
Winter Soldier
had flaws too, but it barely beats Miss Marvel. But Miss Marvel, the first 2 episodes, Miss Marvel was beating Moon Knight for me. But when the writers they failed that character. They did not know how to write Miss Marvel. They made the episode super boring, so it moves under Moon Knight just barely. And right now, the jury's still out. I gotta watch and see because I hear the next two. The next She-Hulk is the same way. I was like, okay, vomit on a plate, and then let's see.
We don't get that till Thursday, right? We don't get that till Thursday, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But here's what we're really understanding. We're understanding.
It wasn't. No, I didn't hate it. Here's the thing. I thought the Baron Zemo episodes in the middle were good. I thought the U.S. agent storyline was really good. I thought episode 5. Come on, Michael. Episode 5 was a waste of time. It was a waste of everyone's time. And then episode 6 was a womp womp womp. It doesn't really arc very well. When Baron Zemo left, the air just got left out. I think he left in episode 4. The air just got let out of that entire series, and it just fell flat. It started off decent. Like I said, there's some good. Like I said, U.S. Agent, really good, really good. And then I can't remember what I just said before that, but Baron Zemo coming back and that storyline interesting too. But then they just couldn't generate enough. I feel it came flat.
I agree, Ethan. I feel like I just feel like I said, we didn't get enough Moon Knight. But I'm giving that character, the actor, a benefit of the doubt, because even though he was in all of these box office movies, he did not get to display his acting capabilities until Moon Knight.
Yeah, well, Michael, I can be convinced that Moon Knight is worse than Miss Marvel. There are some things that I enjoyed. I like the character Moon Knight. I thought he was cool. I thought there's some cool scenes. But Miss Marvel, if the episodes would have stayed the same after episode 2, then Miss Marvel easily would have beat that, and probably Winter Soldier, Falcon. It had potential, but again,
but
just like Luke Cage,
it won't be. Why do I keep forgetting the name? What's the name? It's not Luther.
We talk about typical tropes. Miss Marvel wasn't revealed in full costume to the very end of the last episode. That's the most tired out, drawn out trope. And then she rarely wore her mask because no actor wants to be in a mask the whole time. I think that's just totally dumb, totally stupid.
Yo, a matter of fact, we're going to stick in this Marvel universe. That new Thor movie was trash.
Woo!
Changed my mind.
What did you say?
It was the worst garbage. Here's what happened.
Yeah.
They took the people that wrote Guardians of the Galaxy, and instead of actually having funny people, they dropped it on non-funny people.
Oh, that's sad. So it's like
Ragnarok. That movie?
It's one giant joke again.
Did you like that movie?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you loved it. I was like, oh, we can't have that.
No, Ragnarok, I was like, okay, you can do this, but once. And if Love and Thunder is the same, just, cracking jokes, making fun of the whole...
This movie was so bad.
Oh, was it?
I was so... What's bad? So I will say this. It reminded me that Marvel movies are supposed to be kids' movies. And I think a lot of children are really going to love the movie due to a lot of things that happen. And they're probably going to do really successful things in toy lines and costuming, probably. But I think the movie overall was god-awful. Like I said, it felt like they were trying to do Guardians of the Galaxy level comedy, but no one on that movie was funny.
Okay, that's sad. That's so sad to hear. We'll catch it when it comes out on Disney Plus.
Please insert laugh tracks, because that probably would have been the only thing that would have made it funny. It was yeah, so many things. Someone said something messed up, and I'll make that joke when you watch it.
Okay.
Because I thought it was funny. But yeah, not good. But my girl Natalie Portman, she's still really good.
Okay. But easily the worst Thor movie.
Easily the worst Marvel movie.
Woo! No, Eternals is terrible. Eternals is ultimate garbage. It's so trash.
All right. That's fair.
But But the thing is, though, I will watch it. I have heard mixed reviews that it's just like it's kind of like Ragnarok. I was like, I don't want to see that again. You know, I mean, it's that Watiti guy. I like him. I like what we do in the shadows. What's his name?
He's got the humor.
Whatever the director is, and he does jokey stuff, and I get it. But you know, if he wants to be Guardians of the Galaxy without the right characters, that's just not going to fly.
That's fair. But here's what we're learning, right? We're seeing Marvel do this, and we're seeing DC do this. This is where we want to be in life. We need to break. Can we get the next Batman movie, which is going to be amazing? Can we get the Black Adam, which is also going to be amazing? The new Shazam movie, guess what? Going to be amazing. And then I'm going to be happy. That's what I'm ready for.
Yeah, what we do in the shadows is brilliant. Ant-Man and Wasp, it was okay. Captain Marvel was garbage.
The problem I have
Thor
with
Dark,
Ant-Man,
I enjoyed Thor Dark World. I'm one of the few people that enjoyed it.
Ant-Man,
and I thought Ant-Man and Wasp was okay.
It was just a comedy. They keep doing that. They keep trying to make it funny. That's literally the only redeeming thing. Like the Hulk, all they did was make him funny in the Avengers.
Yeah,
his only redeeming quality. I don't like that. It feels like it's just, I don't know. It's supposed to be awesome. It's supposed to be awesome.
There's so many problems.
Right, she's always good. And I'm gonna watch her master class because I just signed up for master class.
Okay.
Because
there's so many problems with that. It's like a nostalgia bait for the '90s, but they did it poorly. And it's just it doesn't make. I mean, the writing. You gotta look at the writing. So she's always been around. She's known us, but and supposedly. What's his name? Nick Fury could always call on her when he needed her. Well, I'm pretty sure during the first Avengers movie, he probably would have called. That's a big deal. It would have helped to have Captain Marvel. I think it was just it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense why he didn't call until the very end, Thanos and everything. But he would have called way earlier. And plus the whole, oh look, it's a blockbuster. And stuff like that. And how he lost his eye at the end, completely dumb. There's a lot of problems with Captain.
I didn't watch that movie. I didn't.
My wife. That was the first movie. My wife got up and walked away. She couldn't finish it. She's like, "This is just garbage." She couldn't watch it. We were excited for it, but then we're like, "Oh, this is not that good." There's a few movies. She's like Doctor Strange. Neither one of us was a fan of the first film.
Michael just said DC is a disaster.
DC is a disaster.
They're doing better now.
I'm not interested in Shazam or Black Adam.
Why? You probably don't like them. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping they build him up. I'm hoping instead of bringing back Superman, they just do the Bizarro thing and Shazam becomes Mazaz, which is Shazam backwards. If y'all didn't know that, it's in the Bizarro world. It's amazing. That whole storyline is just phenomenal. That's what I want. But will I get it? I don't know.
I don't know. Are you in the minority? Is there a general consensus that people don't like Captain Marvel? I don't know.
I also have no idea. I remember my dad and my girl liking it, but I feel like they like all of those movies. My girl thought the Love and Thunder was a fun movie to watch, but
yeah, I have no idea what the general public thinks about Captain Marvel. So don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy overrated. I wouldn't say it's overrated.
GC just canceled Batgirl. Yeah, that's actually pretty wild. Okay, and apparently right after everything was shot, right before the editing, which is crazy. But like, Batgirl was never supposed to be the selling point, right? I would rather them. There's so many great character. I don't know. Like,
yeah, I had no interest in the Batgirl movie only because I have no interest in DC movies. I love DC. DC's that's my comic of choice.
Wait, did you watch the newest Batman? Did you watch the newest Batman?
I hated it. And Batman's my favorite character.
No way.
I think DC movies are on the wrong path. I say this as a DC comic fan. And DC, I love superheroes.
You could not have hated that Batman.
a whole podcast on how bad it was.
That first movie was better than any first movie on any Batman film.
No.
We date it all the way back.
Oh.
Here's what they did right.
No.
The fight scenes. He wasn't some martial art god from the jump who can just not take a hit. This one was actually getting hit like in the video games and in the comics, which was really awesome to see, him getting beat up for once, instead of just Brazilian jiu-jitsuing his way out of everything. Freaking ridiculous. The armor, the suit was perfect. The Batmobile was even more perfect.
Probably the good. I like the suit.
I would say they did a better job highlighting Batman and less about whiny Bruce Wayne, because his story is not good and it never was, which is why the comics never focused heavily on it until way later, because they felt like they needed to do more character development. You also had a good contrast of the city being dark the entire time, even in the daylight. Cinema marvel in terms of just the cinematography and how well they edited everything. I think that's crazy. Michael Keaton Michael Keaton's just a great actor, but I think this one did a lot right, and I think the next one's going to be even better. And if you haven't Hush, you can't argue the Riddler, because they took it off of that, which was probably one of the best-selling Batman movies of all time. So it's a cartoon.
Wonder Woman 84, horrible. First Suicide Squad, not good. Second Suicide Squad, Michael, is my favorite DC film.
With the Starro, right?
Yes, that's my favorite DC film.
It was great. It was great.
Harley Quinn, the Harley Quinn and the whatever it was movie with Black Man, horrible. Harley Quinn needs small doses. And Suicide Squad had a little too much Harley Quinn. They didn't go full Harley Quinn, because you should never go full Harley Quinn. But they had a little too much, but it was still okay. If I had to pick a top three, my second one distant would be Aquaman. Aquaman was way too long. They didn't need Ocean Master. He was kind of stupid anyway. They should have just gone with Black Manta. He was cool. And if they would have shortened it down about an hour or so and just had one villain in it, that'd have been a great movie. And then the first Wonder Woman was decent. There's one, when a bell explodes and she comes charging out of it, or what? There's some silly moments in there. They're supposed to look epic and they look really ridiculous. But other than that, Chris Pine and Gal Gadot really has some good chemistry in that movie, and it worked out really well. Again, I think the ending fight scene with Achilles, or who was it? No, God of War. Anyway, I thought that was just kind of a dud. So there's some problems with the first Wonder Woman, but if I had to pick a third one, it'd be Wonder Woman.
Colin Farrell as the Penguin HBO series, gonna be awesome. Best Penguin, and I love Danny DeVito, but what the heck was that? That was not Penguin. He was definitely not in the ice cave hanging out with penguins either.
From the Batman, I thought the Penguin was good. That was one of the few things.
Oh man, you're killing me. The next movie is gonna be better. That's all I can say. It will only get better. I will say the end dragged on forever, and I felt like they were trolling us with them on the motorcycle ride that felt like 10 minutes long. But outside of that, it being a little too long was my only complaint of the Batman movie.
And I hate the Ang Lee Hulk movie. I thought it was garbage.
I don't really like any of the Hulk. In fact, I haven't liked the Hulk since I've seen it in She-Hulk recently.
Hello. So Aquaman was too long. I agree. If they would have cut the Ocean Master, cut it by an hour, it'd be a much better movie, but that's why I get second. Justice League, you know what? Josh Whedon's cut was better than Zack Snyder's. Zack Snyder's was a chore to watch. It was not that good. There are some things I did like about it, but a lot of it, no.
I thought they were both terrible.
And I agree with Michael here. Wonder Woman was fun until the end. That just kind of fell flat.
Yo, Justice League 1 and 2 was bad. And the fact that they had the nerve to tell me I should watch a twice as long version of a really bad movie was even more funny.
Yeah, seeing Jennifer Connelly was my pleasure. Doubly my pleasure. That's I'm trying to hit that line from Rocketeer. because Jennifer Connelly never looked better than she did in Rocketeer. Excellent movie.
Oof. So what we've learned today is DC is far superior by design, but Marvel is far superior by film, unfortunately, currently.
Yeah, and I want DC. I don't know how DC writes this ship right now. I don't know. I enjoyed Peacemaker, the TV show. I thought that was really funny.
I haven't watched. I've seen one episode, and I'm mad at myself because the intro is worth a lot of money to me.
Dude, I never once skipped the intro. I never once. You got to see it every time because it's just so hilarious.
He did say some off the wall stuff. Like I watched my girl watching it, and every time I heard him talk, it felt like the most questionable line. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes. Isn't that what he says? My pleasure. Doubly my pleasure.
I hated him in Suicide Squad. So I was surprised that I'd like him in the show.
Michael, I watched that. My buddy got married and then bought the reception was in a movie theater.
The movie didn't exist.
Where you had cupcakes, peanuts, popcorn, all the movie fixings. Cupcakes were their wedding cake. The bride had Superman, the groom had Batman, and you got to sit in the movie theater. Well, you got to visit a little bit. There were tables laid out with tons of food, and the bride and the groom, sat in the middle, and everyone sat around them, and we watched Batman v Superman the weekend it came out. He bought out the theater for his reception, and we watched it. I was like so excited. One of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
I like Batman, but there's no way in hell he just suddenly has kryptonite. He's suddenly magical. He has kryptonite. He gets access to it, and now he's weak in Superman because that's
that's the other thing. I enjoyed Ben Affleck as Batman. I don't have a problem with that.
My problem with him as Batman is he's too big of an actor. You need nobodies. That's why I was excited for Robert Pattinson. That's why the new Spider-Man was so successful because he was a freaking nobody.
Yeah, I don't mind it. They were going for an old grizzled Batman, more or less, and I thought he did good. I love Jeremy Irons in anything, so that he was Alfred was fun. But I love Jeremy Irons. They can make Jeremy Irons Batman. I'd love it. But that's because I love Jeremy Irons. But I am not bothered by Ben Affleck's Batman. Yeah, so I don't know. But it's just so bad. So bad. So bad. Justice League was bad altogether. I don't know. It just DC, I guess the Flash movie is supposed to reset everything, and I don't know, but that movie's never coming out, it feels like. Everyone's wondering if they're going to cancel it. DC can't afford to cancel that.
Cancel what? I'm sorry.
Flash movie.
Flash movie?
Yeah, because Ezra Miller's a weirdo.
They were talking about bringing the guy from the show to do it, which would be a really good move. I like him better anyway. Throw the other guy out anyway. I didn't like him.
Yeah.
I like the show guy. He's a lot more interesting. The DC shows are really good too, actually. Now I think about it. Daredevil was phenomenal.
What? The TV show?
Yeah, all the TV shows from Marvel. I don't know.
From Netflix?
Or no, not from Marvel. I mean,
hold on. From Netflix, Daredevil's good. I loved Iron Fist, and I was one of the few people who did. I loved it. I thought it was great. Luke Cage, again, great actor, great character. Phenomenal. Terrible.
Jessica Jones, season 1, perfection.
I never watched another season after that because I hate Jessica Jones.
But David Tennant was amazing.
I was not a fan.
He did kill great.
I think that actress is horrible. But I couldn't watch any more of her. I thought The Punisher was awesome.
Punisher was good. Yeah,
Punisher was good. Season 1 especially.
I don't have an issue.
I wish they'd bring them all back.
The Arrow wasn't bad. Later.
I didn't see the DC stuff.
Oh.
The last DC thing I think I saw TV show would have been Smallville.
That was a great. Yeah. Best Lex Luthor we'll probably ever get in a lifetime.
You know what? That's why I watched it, was for Lex Luthor. And when he left, I quit the show. And then I said, you know what? Let me go back and watch the rest of the seasons. And I regret doing that.
Really? I like it.
Yeah, because it's not that good.
It wasn't as good, but I didn't hate it.
No, Lex Luthor was the only good thing about that show.
He was definitely a highlight.
Here we go. Punisher season 1 was great. Yeah, Daredevil are good. Again, no one liked Iron Fist but me. I thought Iron Fist was so much fun. I think season 1 was better than season 2, but
Arrow was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean everyone loves the villain in that one, but when the main character is just I just didn't like her.
Yeah,
I know because we moved off and we started talking about Marvel. So yeah, so tied into a board game. These characters are
unmatched with Marvel.
There you go.
Their newest one. Hey, it has Daredevil, Elektra, and Bullseye, and they're coming out.
So let me ask, since we swung back to board games at the end here. What is your favorite unmatched character to play with so far? Who's fun?
Bloody Mary is my favorite.
Bloody Mary. Wow.
And I only like her because a lot of the competitive community doesn't like her, and I've not lost with her versus those competitive peeps yet. And I'm hoping to get on live stream to prove a point because I think she's excellent. But I would say she's the most fun I've had to play.
Who's your least favorite from Unmatched? Do you have a least favorite? Like, I probably won't play with this person again.
I don't like playing with the Raptors. I would say the Buffy set, but I don't really play that too often to not like them. But the Raptors I don't care for. I like the new T-Rex a lot, but I don't have fun playing the Raptors. I think they're good, and a lot of people love them, but I don't enjoy playing them.
Gotcha.
Feels too campy.
Too campy. All right. There you go.
That's fair. Great game, though. Matt, you're going to play it once and be like, what was I doing my whole life?
Unmatched? No, I know. I know it falls into the thing of epic duels, so yeah. But, all right. See, there you go. We tied it up. Talked about board games at the end. All right. So that's it. Bernardo, enjoy your cruise.
I will.
Everyone else, enjoy your evening.